Your childhood best friend never existed. The movie scene you swear you watched, it was never filmed. And that song lyric you've been singing wrong for 15 years. The real words would shock you. Welcome to the dark side of memory, where your own brain is a pathological liar that rewrites your past while convincing you every false detail is gospel truth. Right now, your brain is editing memories from yesterday, last week, even this morning. It's adding details that weren't there, removing inconvenient facts, and emotionally charging false information until it feels more real than reality itself. Today, we'll expose how your mind fabricates entire experiences, why millions of strangers share identical false memories, and how these mental glitches have destroyed families and convicted innocent people. But here's the terrifying part. The more confident you feel about a memory, the more likely it is to be completely wrong. Think of your most vivid childhood memory. Hold on to that thought. In 20 minutes, you might never trust it again. Close your eyes and remember your last birthday. Can you see the cake? The faces? The wall color? Here's what you think is happening. Your brain is playing back a perfect recording. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain is frantically painting a new picture every time, using faded sketches, emotional impressions, and pure imagination. Memory isn't photography, it's abstract art, and your brain is a temperamental artist that improvises every brushstroke. Elizabeth Loftus proved this with a brutal experiment. She showed people car crash footage, then asked questions. When she asked, how fast were the cars going when they smashed? Witnesses estimated higher speeds than when she asked about contact. One word change literally rewrote their memories. A week later, she asked about broken glass. Those who heard smashed were twice as likely to swear they saw glass everywhere. Problem? There was no glass in the video. Their brains had painted it in retroactively. This is reconstructive memory, happening right now as you remember breakfast. Your brain doesn't retrieve that memory. It rebuilds it from fragments and assumptions. Every time you remember breakfast, you risk changing it. Think of memory like Wikipedia. Anyone can edit it, including your future self with an agenda. Each access might add facts, remove details, or rewrite emotional tone. Your brain doesn't flag these edits. It saves the modified version over the original. The childhood birthday you're remembering today might be completely different from last year's version, and you'll never know. Right now, thinking about that birthday memory, your brain might be changing it. Remembering is rewriting. False memories don't just trick your mind, they hijack your heart. That emotional charge makes them feel more authentic than truth. Harvard researchers convinced students they'd been lost in a mall as children. They showed fake photos and had relatives confirm the story. Within weeks, students weren't just believing it. They were adding vivid details. The fear, the kind stranger, the relief. None of it happened, but their brains emotionally supercharged the lie until it felt more real than actual memories. Your brain evolved for survival, not accuracy. Remembering the general lie and location mattered more than exact weather details. Emotions act like highlighter in memory, making details stick, even wrong ones. This is why couples fight over who said what. Both genuinely believe their version because their brains emotionally enhance different aspects. She remembers his dismissive tone. He remembers her accusatory words. Both feel real because both are emotionally charged, and both might be fabricated. But the most disturbing false memories are entirely fictional experiences. Researchers showed fake Disneyland ads featuring Bugs Bunny. Later, 30% vividly remembered meeting Bugs at Disney, shaking hands, taking photos. Impossible. Bugs Bunny is Warner Brothers and has never appeared at Disney. Yet these people genuinely believe this fictional encounter. Photographs make false memories worse. Every time you view an old photo, your brain uses it as scaffolding for new fake memories around the edges. That birthday candle picture becomes foundation for memories of who stood outside the frame, what song played, how the cake tasted, details your brain invents and files as fact. Social media amplifies this exponentially. When friends comment with their memories, your brain absorbs their details. Soon you're remembering conversations you never had, events you never experienced, because someone else's false memory contaminated yours. If your brain can invent childhood experiences, how much of your identity is built on fiction? When you think who you are, how many defining moments actually occurred? Find a photo from exactly 1 year ago. Stare for 10 seconds, look away, and list everything you remember about that day. Some details might be your brain's creative writing, not your past. In 2009, Fiona Broome mentioned Nelson Mandela's death in 1980s prison. Multiple people agreed, sharing vivid memories of his funeral, news coverage, his widow's grief. Problem: Mandela was alive until 2013. This launched the Mandela Effect, when groups share identical false memories. The Monopoly Man's monocle. 80% picture him with a monocle. He never wore one. The confusion likely comes from Mr. Peanut, who actually has a monocle. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Disney's Snow White never said this. The line is magic mirror on the wall. Yet the false version feels more culturally embedded. Movie death scenes. Thousands remember watching actors die in films where characters survived. They recall funerals, final words, emotional impact from movies never made. In 2016, researchers surveyed 100,000 people about Mandela effects. Certain false memories appeared identically across countries, ages, education levels. People who never communicated described identical fictional events with identical details. How is this possible? Cultural cross-contamination. Popular culture creates memory viruses. Wrong movie quotes spread faster than corrections on social media. Soon millions absorb the false version as authentic memory. Source confusion. Your brain stores memories without reliable origin labels. You might remember a parody as the original. The parody overwrites the real version. Schema filling. Your brain has templates for how things should be. Mirror, mirror, fits fairy tale expectations better than magic mirror. So your brain automatically corrects reality. Confirmation cascades. When enough people share false memories online, feedback loops form. Each person's confidence reinforces others until the group becomes certain about fictional events. The most chilling aspect? These false memories feel more vivid than real ones. People don't just believe Mandela died in prison. They remember where they heard the news, their emotional reaction, television coverage details. Shared false memories follow patterns. Emotionally significant events, spreading through social networks like contagions, becoming more detailed over time. Your brain isn't just creating false memories, it's coordinating with millions of others to create false realities more authentic than truth. Inside your skull, there's no difference between remembering something real and fictional. Brain scans show false memories activate identical networks, release the same chemicals, feel identical to authentic ones. Every time you recall anything, your brain disassembles it molecularly, then rebuilds from scratch. Like deconstructing a Lego castle. Some pieces missing, wrong colors, parts from different sets entirely. After September 11th, thousands swore they watched the first plane hit live on TV that morning. They remembered shock, their location, immediate phone calls. But networks didn't broadcast first plane footage until September 12th. No one could have watched it live. Yet these false memories felt authentic because brains seamlessly spliced actual second plane viewing with later first plane footage. Brain imaging reveals why false memories feel real. When people recalled true versus false memories, the hippocampus showed nearly identical activation. Even more unsettling, false memories sometimes triggered stronger emotional responses. The amygdala lit up more intensely, suggesting fictional experiences can feel more impactful than authentic ones. But how do strangers share identical false memories? Social conformity bias explains this. When information contradicts your memory, your brain doesn't immediately reject it. Instead, it weighs social evidence, how many others share this version, and often rewrites memory to match the majority. Dr. Micah Edelson showed people footage, then claimed their friends remembered scenes differently. Brain scans revealed people didn't just change answers to conform, they literally rewrote memories. Original traces weakened, while socially influenced false memories strengthened. The internet amplified this globally. When false memories get thousands of social media shares, it creates consensus illusion. Your brain interprets this as evidence your memory might be wrong and incorporates the false version. Most disturbing, false memories become more detailed and confident over time, while real memories fade and become uncertain. Fictional experiences may be more psychologically sticky than authentic ones. If your brain can't distinguish real from false memories, and false memories feel more vivid, how can you trust your own mind? False memories aren't philosophical curiosities. They're weapons that destroyed innocent lives. Between 1990 and 1995, recovered memory syndrome swept America. Therapists used hypnosis and visualization to help patients recover repressed childhood abuse memories. Results were catastrophic. Thousands suddenly remembered horrific abuse by family members, detailed, emotionally devastating memories with specific times, places, horrifying details. These accusations destroyed families, led to lawsuits, created decades-long divides. Later investigation revealed many memories contain impossible details, events that couldn't have occurred given documented whereabouts. The accusers weren't lying. Brain scans confirmed they genuinely believed these memories. Their minds had constructed elaborate false histories that felt authentic. Courts relied on assumptions that people could distinguish real from false memories. Suddenly, they faced witnesses with photographic recall of fictional events, speaking with absolute conviction about imaginary abuse. Modern false memories have new weapons. Deepfakes create convincing footage of fictional events. People viewing realistic fake videos often develop false memories of witnessing those events personally. Dr. Kimberly Wade created fake childhood photos showing participants in hot air balloons they'd never been in. Within weeks, 50% developed detailed false memories, remembering wind sensations, family conversations, emotions during the fictional experience. Eyewitness testimony, once legal gold standard, proved fundamentally unreliable. The Innocence Project found mistaken identification contributes to 70% of wrongful convictions later overturned by DNA. Consider Ronald Cotton, who spent 11 years imprisoned after Jennifer Thompson identified him as a rapist. Thompson was absolutely certain. She'd studied her attacker's face and felt 100% confident. DNA later proved Cotton innocent and identified the real perpetrator. Thompson's brain constructed a false memory, so convincing she staked a man's freedom on it. False memories reshape personal relationships too. Families split when siblings remember identical childhoods differently. Marriages dissolve over remembered infidelities that never occurred. Social media weaponized false memories massively. Manipulated images and fabricated stories implant false memories in millions simultaneously. Once these fictional memories take hold, they become indistinguishable from reality. If false memories can imprison innocence and destroy families, what fictional memories might be shaping your relationships right now? If your brain constantly rewrites your past, how do you live with this knowledge? Embrace radical humility about your memory. The more certain you feel, the more suspicious you should become. Confidence doesn't correlate with accuracy. Studies show they're often inversely related. The most vivid, emotionally real memories are often most fabricated. Document your life in real time. Keep journals, take photos, record voice memos. But don't review them too often. Each viewing might generate new false memories around documented events. Test memories against external evidence. That childhood birthday you remember clearly? Ask siblings present. You might discover different cake, guess, even year. Don't take this personally. Take it as proof memory is collaborative fiction. Be skeptical of memories aligning perfectly with current beliefs or emotions. Your brain constantly edits your past to match present self-concept. If you remember always being brave or correct, your brain might be engaged in creative historical revision. Understand forgetting isn't always a bug. Sometimes it's a feature. Your brain actively edits traumatic or irrelevant details to help you function. Perfect memory might be a curse, not superpower. In relationships, approach memory conflicts with curiosity rather than certainty. When you and partners remember events differently, neither is necessarily lying. You might both access equally false reconstructions. Instead of fighting over who's right, work together piecing together what actually occurred. Be aware how false memories spread through social networks. Powerful stories shared on social media might become part of your memory if you're not careful. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between experienced and heard about events. Accept that you are not the sum of your memories. If formative experiences might be fictional, that doesn't make your identity fake. It makes it remarkably resilient. You've built coherent self-sense, even with unreliable memory systems. The future promises more challenges. As deepfakes improve and virtual reality becomes realistic, distinguishing real from false memories may become humanity's most crucial cognitive skill, perhaps most profound. If memory is storytelling rather than recording, you have more power over your past than imagined. Your brain constantly rewrites history anyway. Why not collaborate to create versions serving your future rather than imprisoning you in fictional trauma? Tonight, pick one certain memory and fact-check it. Ask someone else present. Look for photos. Check old messages. Come back and tell me if you still trust your brain the same way. Your brain isn't a recording device. It's a creative writer working on your life's autobiography. Sometimes it's brilliant, crafting meaningful narratives, helping you grow. Sometimes it's pathological, inventing traumas and relationships that never existed. From false childhood memories reshaping identity to global Mandela effects rewriting cultural history, one fact remains. The human mind is stranger and less reliable than any of us want to admit. But maybe that's not entirely bad. If memories are stories rather than facts, you have more authorial control over your narrative than ever realized. Thank you for questioning reality with me. If this made you doubt your past, hit like, share with someone who believes their childhood memories are photographic, and subscribe for more explorations into the beautiful, terrifying mysteries of the human mind. The most dangerous lie isn't what someone else tells you. It's what your brain whispers every time you remember.